Welcome, Bitcoiners. I am super excited to be sitting across from Hong, the CEO of OKCoin. Hong Fang has some really exciting news. OKCoin, in particular, has been an exchange and a company that has made an awesome effort in 2020 and this year to really be a front runner in the Bitcoin development process and cutting edge Bitcoin tech. And I think that this announcement fits right into that trend. Hong, thank you so much for jumping on this call with me.
Thank you, Christian. My pleasure.
So Hong, do you want to, I guess, take a quick moment to kind of give our audience the announcement that you have planned here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are super excited here because we've been a huge believer in Bitcoin, and we are very much committed to continuing our investment in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And this is in line with what we have been believing in and basically putting our dollars in, in what we believe in. So our team is working with Lightning Lab engineers, and we're looking to integrate Lightning into our exchange offering. And hopefully that will come live within the first quarter of this year, so that our customers on exchange, they will have the option of using Lightning as an option when they deposit or withdraw Bitcoin on our exchange. So we're super excited about it because we believe that as the ecosystem continue to grow, Lightning is a very solid layer 2 solution, in addition to Bitcoin, a very strategically important solution, actually, in addition to Bitcoin, to encourage more utility and wider adoption of the technology. So we're happy to be part of it. We believe that there is a huge network impact of this network, and we look forward to continue to build this together with the community.
Fantastic. And just to kind of stick to some of the key benefits that OKCoin users are going to experience as you roll out Lightning onto the exchange, can you kind of speak to some of the benefits that Lightning offers over on-chain Bitcoin?
Of course, yeah. So I think ultimately it is about having more optionalities, right? It's always good to have optionality. Previously, one of the major way to deposit and withdraw Bitcoin when you buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin at a central exchange like ours is to leave the Bitcoin either with our exchange or withdraw it from our exchange wallet to your own cold wallet. And then that happens on chain. Now with Lightning integration happening on our exchange, you'll have an option to actually use Lightning for that withdrawal deposit action. And what that exactly means is for a user, there are a couple of implications. For example, fees, right? Right now, as we see on all the Bitcoin on-chain transactions, generally it takes probably about $10 for one transaction to go through. But on Lightning, I think that fees can get down to as low as 1 cent. Obviously, it depends on how the kind of a price discovery works out on Lightning network, how the different liquidity pools work out. But there is an optionality for that cost to go down to as low as 1 cent from $10. And then secondly, the speed of deposit and withdrawal can be very different too. In a on-chain transaction, as you all know, it generally takes between 10 minutes to 30 or 60 minutes for us to get 3 blocks worth up to 6 blocks confirmation, depending on the destination of where the Bitcoin goes. But on Lightning, where micro payment is encouraged and enabled at a faster speed, we're expecting 1 to 3 seconds instead of 10 to 30 minutes or 60 minutes transaction speed. And also, it will enable much smaller minimum withdrawal size on a Lightning network. At our exchange, our minimum withdrawal size for an on-chain Bitcoin transaction is about 0.001 BTC, which I think is 100,000 Satoshis, rounding up to maybe 30 to 35 US dollars. On Lightning, that will be hugely reduced, down to 100 Satoshi instead of 100,000 Satoshi, right? So you basically can actually withdraw, 4 cents worth of US dollar worth of Bitcoin on a Lightning route. But the downside, obviously, is that there is a maximum to the withdrawal size that can happen at Lightning at this point. Right now, it's around 0.05 BTC max that we can allow once the Lightning integration is done. In the future, if we integrate a little bit more features on Lightning Network, we probably can raise that limit up to 1 BTC or more. But at this point, we're just integrating some of the basic features. So there is a maximum withdrawal limit for any transaction that users are expecting to use Lightning to effect. But I think overall it's just more choices and also more privacy in that perspective. And I think as the Bitcoin ecosystem continue to grow, either for adding more payment utility on top of it, which I think is what Lightning is trying to enable, faster speed, smaller payments, or when the Bitcoin price continues to kind of evolve in its own way, we can also try to help customers manage the transaction cost when they do some of those smaller transactions.
Fantastic. That was a very good breakdown of kind of the benefits. Is OKCoin planning to roll out both withdrawals and deposits at the same time, or do you guys have a staggered deployment plan?
Yeah, we're thinking of having it at the same time.
Okay, that's really awesome. And then in the press release, your team kind of discusses the Lightning Network becoming ready for OKCoin and other bigger institutions to start getting involved economically. I know a lot of that has to do with reliability and, like you said, the size of payment like the maximum bound on the size of payment going through. Can you talk a little bit about some of the signs that you saw from Lightning Network maturity that signaled to your team that it was time to get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. We have been actually observing Lightning for a long time. I think we are seeing the number of nodes continue to grow. Right now, it's probably around 16,000 nodes. Just like Bitcoin in itself, Bitcoin as the monetary network, that has a huge network effect. Lightning as the layer 2 solution on top of Bitcoin also has a huge network effect. The more nodes are out there, the more usability we can expect users to extract out of it. So we're seeing very healthy growth rate in the number of nodes. We are also seeing more and more participants being willing to embrace Lightning Network, and that is important for us as well. And we also believe that exchange, as we are, centralized exchange at this point, just like other players like wallets, right? We are very important participants in the ecosystem. We have huge amount of Bitcoins coming in and out of our platform. And just like several other exchanges out there too. So I think more and more exchanges, if we all can join the network and enable the liquidity flow between different exchanges and wallets through Lightning Network, I think the utility of that will actually be amplified over time. So that I very much look forward to see it grow, just like with Bitcoin sponsorship, developer sponsorship. The more participants in the network, the better. And the other signal that we're seeing more philosophically is that with Bitcoin becoming more mainstream, as we see a lot more institutions and individuals coming to realize the philosophical and designed nature, why it is more superior than fiat or any other money that we've seen in history. And when we see adoption going up, the pure supply and demand model basically said that the price will go up. And when the price goes up over time, and more and more transaction happens over time, I think there's just a natural need for a solution like Lightning to really help people contain the cost of transaction. Probably a kind of analogy that we can make in traditional financial world is when we think about settlement between banks versus payment, right? There are two different layers. The settlement is at a totally different layer versus the usual payment that people use with cards and other mobile solutions. And the settlement between banks, for example, it happens at a much larger scale, takes a much longer time. But some of the smaller transactions, happens at a different layer. So I think there's a very similar analogy there. So I think as we see more adoption of Bitcoin in the kind of on a larger scale, the utility of Lightning Network will be more amplified over time. So we're very we just feel very proud and excited about being part of that building force for this going forward. We think that this can be a pretty huge growing as we see this whole ecosystem grow.
Fantastic. Again, great response. How much of the timing around this kind of has to do with the anticipation of Bitcoin's price going up in the next 12 to 18 months? And, looking back to the last bull run, seeing how painful the fees got for all market participants on chain for Bitcoin, how much does integrating Lightning now, how much of it is influenced based on kind of that past history?
Yeah, that's a great point. We actually have been looking at this for a long time internally, actually. Obviously, our team has been following it both on the business side as well as on the engineering side. We looked at it last year as well, and we end of last year we think that this is the right time to do it, and we are ready from an internal engineer perspective. We are ready to do it too. You ask about whether this is kind of, we're trying to do it before the train runs away, before everyone can catch it. Maybe it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. A part of me say, okay, I really want the price to go up as soon as possible because I think it should. But the other side of me say, okay, I actually want this to go up much more slower so that a wider population can actually have time to digest what it is and get into it before large institutions gobble it up and push up the price. But as an exchange, we are neutral, right? We just play with the market. We try to offer. We try to be ready and to offer alternative to our customers when they feel like it's. That those type of alternatives are valuable for them. So we just want to be ready if we get to that point. And honestly, I think, regardless of cost, there are probably people out there who just want to use it no matter what. They want to use the crypto technology. They want to be part of the kind of the explorer, and they want to protect their own privacy, etc. for any type of reason. So we want to be part of that and be able to offer that solution to our customers.
Fantastic. Well, Hong, that's all the questions I had in particular, or pertaining to Lightning in particular. But I do want to give you a moment to have like a last word for the Bitcoin Magazine audience for anything that you kind of want to communicate to them.
I think I think this is this year, and I don't know if 2020 is the best year of Bitcoin. It feels like a great year. 2021, I think it will be a even more interesting year with all the price and kind of institutional interest coming in. But my strongest passion, and I think our team as well, has always been with continuing to invest and build in this technology. We are here to change with technology. Technology has the disruptive power, and without technical improvement, we would have been in a totally different position. So thank you for all the pioneers who have been putting a lot of their efforts, personal efforts, to make it work. and bring us to this point. I think it's up to every one of us to continue to put our efforts in this and build it, either at the underlying protocol level or at the kind of application level. So we're committed to continue to do our part. And from an exchange perspective, all the price changes are exciting. And also from an individual investor perspective, all the price changes are exciting. But I think ultimately those are all noises. Everything will fall through when we have the right thing in place, right? Good things take care of themselves. Bad things don't. So I think we should all work together to make sure that we have the right things in place. And we're just happy to be part of it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Hong, for the time and for the enlightening information around, what drives OKCoin's decision making around adopting new tech like Lightning, as well as, the all the benefits that Lightning offers, to Bitcoin as this kind of transaction layer or second layer. Yeah, I guess just to close it out, where can people learn more about you as well as OKCoin?
Yeah, you can find us just at okcoin.com. We also have a Twitter handle, and you can find me on Twitter at Fang CA. That is my Twitter, and OKCoin on Twitter as well. But just reach out if you have any questions, if anything you want to share. We're always open for conversation.
All right, fantastic. Thanks so much again, and have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you, Christian.